Hey guys, I just want to point out something I noticed recently, or was told on a BitChute video, but feel like I want to just summarize it. Um, this cross, when you think of the cross that Jesus died on, the symbol of Christianity, it is usually a line going vertical and a line going horizontal, and the line going vertical is longer than the horizontal line. Um, and that's what makes it the symbol, the cross. And if you look at the ratio of it's actually just one extra square. This would be fairly typical of a cross, right? So, the head is not as big as the legs, if these are the arms of Jesus, right? Now, what's interesting is this is also a depiction of a two-dimensional cube. You can see it here. If you fold up this side and you fold up this side and this side, you start to form a box, a cube. And then this far right square ends up on the top if you close it all up. And then it looks like this. And the guy who showed me this talks about the Saturn cube. And you know, I've talked about the black box that is worshipped in Islam, and the philosophy of computer science problem of you put in, you can just Wikipedia that. I don't feel like summarizing that. But it's basically what's going on inside the computer. Does it actually know what it's doing? If you give it a question and it gives you the right answer, does it actually think and understand what it's saying, or is it just does it just match an input to an output without actually understanding what? For example, it could translate Chinese to English without actually understanding what the word means. So you would say fire in Chinese, and it would spit out fire in a bunch of different languages, but it has no concept of fire. It doesn't really understand heat, um, or does it? Right? That's the big question in advanced artificial intelligence. Now, I'm not saying that the cross is an invalid symbol. I think Jesus is king and people represent him, and that is the correct thing to do. I have my own symbol, which is the triangle with the halo, but I also support this symbol. I do have my questions about it. For example, if you have Jesus on the actual cross, the man, well, then I'm not so keen on that symbol because it's kind of showing his death. Whereas if you show the cross without him on it, it's like a symbol of his sacrifice, but it's not as bloody or gory. It's not as, I feel like it's almost a celebration of his death if you have him on there. But if you have him off of there, it's kind of just remembering the impact that he made. But that's I think a difference between Catholicism and Protestantism, um, if that's a word, Protestant, the Protestants. But here's how I want to relate it to the cube. Some people try to say that because you have 12 months in a year and 4 seasons and 12 disciples and 4 gospels and it's the Son of God, the Son of God. Some people try to discredit Jesus by saying, oh no, it's really just worship of the Son, or look at the cross, it's really just the cube. But I think it goes the other way around where Jesus was real, he did die on the cross, and he is God, and it just so happens that the seasons and the uh, months are coordinated around him to glorify him. And for in this box, the fact that the cross can fold into a cube is not it's not the cross folding into the cube, but it's more of the cube. Like if you put a 1 here and then a 2 here, and then a 3. So it's like the cross, or let's say he was in the Matrix simulation and he did get killed he on the cross. Well, that caused, I guess it would be 1, 2, 3. That caused this, which is the unfolding, the unboxing of the simulation. And when the box opens up, the person can see the rest of the reality, the real world, like wake up from the matrix. The way to wake up from the matrix is to open up the cube, to die on the cross following Jesus, and then, the cube opens up. So anyway, I don't want to take away from Jesus or Christianity. I just want to point out that there might be a connection between simulation theory, whatever. I don't fully understand the Saturn cube. Um, the Saturn cube matrix that was talked about by this guy. And this guy I was learning from is definitely crazy. No doubt about it. But if he can think of something that I can't, he has value. And, you know, I appreciate him for trying. And maybe he is right. But the point is, he provoked my thought. And so I just want to point out that cross symbol, the dimensions of it work out to be a perfect cube. And the unfurling of the cube, like this would be the box that you're trapped in. And to get out of it, like Jesus is is what happens when you can see. I don't know. But God bless, and I hope this was interesting.